Honestly, today I'm not doing so well, and it's only 6:30 in the morning. The last week of school has been so tough. Yesterday was actually my first day working at the small animal clinic at SGU, and I was on the emergency rotations, and unfortunately we did get an emergency case at 10 o'clock in the morning, and it was a dog that was suspected of having parvovirus. We did test him outside. He tested negative, but when we started doing diagnostics, he continuously got worse, and we started looking at very different diseases that he could potentially have based off of the clinical signs he was presenting us with, and we finally determined that he might have leptospirosis, and they also retested him for parvovirus around 1 o'clock, and he tested positive. Last I heard of the patient, they were staying overnight for supportive care to see if we can reverse some of the effects of the parvovirus and start treating for leptospirosis. It was not a good first case to start off with. It was a great learning experience, but it was very emotional and stressful because now we are no longer the technicians, which we have been for years, and now that we are the doctors, we actually have to learn how to have these difficult conversations with the clients. I'm hoping today is better at the small animal clinic. I'm on the medicine side of things today with my group, and we have 2 vaccine appointments and 1 vomiting case. Since I was feeling pretty down this morning about the case that we had yesterday and everything that's been happening in the last week, I decided to make myself some tea and hopefully feel better before I go to the small animal clinic this morning from 8:30 to 12:20. Today we are actually being graded. For now, before I go to the small animal clinic, I will be looking at the medical records of our patients today, just to make sure I know what type of vaccines that the owner is planning to get for them, and also what type of diagnostics I would like to run for the vomiting case, just so I'm a little bit more prepared today and feel a little bit less stressed. I am back from Intro to Clinical Practice at the small animal clinic. It went a lot better today, honestly. We had the 2 vaccine appointments and then a reoccurring vomiting issue, so I'm so glad today went smoother. All of our medical notes are pretty much done. We did check up on the patient that we saw yesterday, and he's still not urinating. So it's really not looking too good for him, honestly, which is kind of heartbreaking for the owner because we were in the room with her for such a long time, like trying to figure out this problem, and we just don't know if the dog is going to pull through. It's definitely a learning curve because I have not personally had to deal with this decision yet as like a vet student. But for now, I am going to get changed and dressed out of scrubs just because the hospital is contaminated with a lot of stuff. So I just don't want to bring anything home that I could get infected with. So I'm going to change really quick, and then I am going to be heading to campus after I eat lunch. I am back from campus. It is actually 11 o'clock at night now. I've had a full day of studying and just trying to feel better. Just wanted to update you about what happened with the patient that we had yesterday, the one that tested positive for leptospirosis and parvovirus. Unfortunately, since he wasn't urinating again today, the owner ultimately decided to euthanize because he just wasn't responding to treatment. So I did take some minutes to just feel what I was feeling and crying it out, because honestly that is my way to de-stress. Unfortunately, this just comes with part of being a veterinary student and a future veterinarian, where I will have to deal with things like this all the time. This was just my first patient that was euthanized in vet school, and that's why I think it's more triggering than what I saw as a technician, because now I actually have to make these really hard decisions eventually. I wasn't the one performing the euthanasia today, it's just I will be doing that at least during clinical year, if not next term, when we're doing rotations at the small animal clinic on the island. It hits differently now because I know this is what I'm going to be experiencing, and I have to be strong for the client because they are going through so much, and this owner tried absolutely everything she could do to save her dog. And it's just heartbreaking that none of what we were doing to help the issue worked, because things just unfortunately unfolded badly, and there were just too many things going on. His kidney shut down, and I know people might tell me that I shouldn't be emotionally invested in patients, and it's honestly never going to get easier to deal with the euthanasia process, but there is a time to be professional, and then a time when you're at home alone or talking with your friends about it who understand what you're going through is when it's more acceptable, and it's okay to feel what you're feeling as a vet student or veterinarian who has to make this call, because it's definitely not an easy call to make. I really hope as a zoonotic researcher I can help prevent zoonosis like this, and hopefully get better client education around the world so we can start preventing stuff like this from happening more often. I hope you enjoyed this different type of day. It's definitely been a rough one, but I learned so much from this case. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a huge like and subscribe for more, and I will see you guys next time.